Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasizes on need for states' efforts for water conservation. Ministers of water resources from all states take part in the first All India Annual Conference on Water. Communications Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw launches high-speed 5G telecom services in Odisha. India and France hold 36th strategic dialogue in New Delhi. Cold day conditions likely to continue over northwest India for the next 3 to 4 days. And in cricket, second T20 International between India and Sri Lanka to be played in Pune this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today emphasized on need for states' efforts for water conservation. The Prime Minister was addressing the first All India Annual State Ministers' Conference on water through a video message. He said in a constitutional system, the subject of water comes under the control of the states and the states' efforts for water conservation will go a long way in achieving the collective goals of the country.
देश के जल मंत्रियों का पहला अखिल भारतीय सम्मेलन अपने आप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। आज भारत वाटर सिक्योरिटी पर अभूतपूर्व काम कर रहा है, अभूतपूर्व निवेश भी कर रहा है। हमारी संवैधानिक व्यवस्था में पानी का विषय राज्यों के नियंत्रण में आता है। जल संरक्षण के लिए राज्यों के प्रयास देश के सामूहिक लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने में बहुत सहायक होंगे। ऐसे में वाटर विजन एट 2047 अगले 25 वर्षों की अमृत यात्रा का एक महत्वपूर्ण आयाम है।
Mr. Modi said the Jal Jeevan Mission is a major development parameter of a state to provide water to every household.
साथियों, हर घर तक पानी पहुंचाने के लिए जल जीवन मिशन आपके राज्य का एक बड़ा डेवलपमेंट पैरामीटर हुआ है। कई राज्यों ने इसमें अच्छा काम किया है, कई राज्य इस दिशा में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। अब हमें ये सुनिश्चित करना है कि एक बार ये व्यवस्था बन गई तो आगे उनकी देखरेख भी उतने ही अच्छे ढंग से चलती है। ग्राम पंचायतें जल जीवन मिशन का नेतृत्व करें और काम पूरा होने के बाद ये सर्टिफाई भी करें कि पर्याप्त और स्वच्छ पानी उपलब्ध हो गया है।
The Prime Minister informed that the country is constructing 75 Amrit Sarovars in every district, wherein 25,000 Amrit Sarovars have already been built so far.
आप जानते हैं कि देश हर जिले में 75 अमृत सरोवर बना रहा है। आपने भी अपने राज्य में इसमें काफी कुछ काम किया है। इतने कम समय में 25,000 अमृत सरोवर बन भी चुके हैं। जल संरक्षण की दिशा में पूरे विश्व में अपनी तरह का ये अनोखा अभियान है और ये जन भागीदारी इसमें जुड़ी है। लोग इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं, लोग इसमें आगे आ रहे हैं। इनका संरक्षण हो, लोग इनसे जुड़े। हमें इस दिशा में निरंतर प्रयास बढ़ाने होंगे।
Mr. Modi drew attention to the role of public and social organizations and civil societies and asked for the maximum participation in the campaigns related to water conservation.
साथियों, हमें ये भी समझना होगा कि सरकार के अकेले प्रयास से ही सफलता नहीं आती। जो सरकार में है उन्हें इस सोच से बाहर निकलना होगा कि उनके अकेले के प्रयास से अपेक्षित परिणाम मिल जाएंगे। इसलिए जल संरक्षण से जुड़े अभियानों में जनता जनार्दन को, सामाजिक संगठनों को, सिविल सोसाइटी को भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा हमें जोड़ना होगा, साथ लेना होगा।
The Prime Minister said when people joined Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, a consciousness was awakened in the public as well. He also highlighted the Per Drop More Crop campaign that began under the Prime Minister Agriculture Irrigation Scheme and informed that more than 70 lakh hectares of land in the country have been brought under micro irrigation so far.
पानी की उपलब्धता के आधार पर ही क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन हो, प्राकृतिक खेती हो, नेचुरल फार्मिंग खेती को बढ़ावा दिया जाए। साथियों, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना के तहत सभी राज्यों में तेजी से काम हो रहा है। इसके अंतर्गत पर ड्रॉप मोर क्रॉप अभियान की शुरुआत की गई थी। इस स्कीम के तहत देश में अब तक 70 लाख हेक्टेयर से ज्यादा जमीन माइक्रो इरिगेशन के दायरे में लाई जा चुकी है। सभी राज्यों को माइक्रो इरिगेशन को लगातार बढ़ावा देना चाहिए। ये जल संरक्षण के लिए बहुत आवश्यक योजना है।
In his concluding remark, the Prime Minister said by making the Namami Gange mission a template, other states can also start similar campaigns for the conservation of rivers. He said it is the responsibility of every state to make water a subject of cooperation and coordination.
नमामि गंगे मिशन को टेम्पलेट बनाकर बाकी राज्य भी अपने यहाँ नदियों के संरक्षण और पुनर्जीवन के लिए ऐसे ही अभियान शुरू कर सकते हैं। साथियों, पानी कोलैबोरेशन और कोऑर्डिनेशन का विषय बने, राज्यों के बीच कोऑपरेशन का विषय बने, ये है हम सबकी जिम्मेदारी है।
Ministers of Water Resources from all states attended the first All India Annual State Ministers Conference on Water organized by Jal Shakti Ministry. The theme of this conference is Water Vision at 2047. The three-day National Conference of State Chief Secretaries begins in New Delhi today. The conference focuses on achieving rapid and sustained economic growth in partnership with the states. It will witness the participation of more than 200 people comprising representatives of the central government, chief secretaries and other senior officials of all states, union territories and domain experts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will chair the conference tomorrow. It will be another key step towards further boosting the partnership between the centre and the state governments. President Draupadi Murmu has asked the Military Engineer Services (MES) officers to make use of cutting-edge technologies, including machine learning and artificial intelligence, in the future projects. She said this will help in a more efficient design and reduced time frame for construction. The President was addressing the officer trainees of MES at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. The President said that the construction sector is very dynamic and the technologies are changing very fast. President Murmu said the sector plays a major role in economic growth and development. Union Communications Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw launched high-speed 5th generation 5G telecom services in Odisha today. After launching the service, the minister said by August 2024, entire Odisha will be covered with telecom towers and fiber will reach in every village. Our correspondent has the details.
Addressing the gathering, the Communications Minister, Mr. Vaishnaw, said that as promised earlier, 5G telecom service is being launched in Odisha during the first phase of the countrywide rollout of the service, and that too before March this year. He disclosed that the Prime Minister has sanctioned a whopping 5,600 crore rupees telecom package to build telecom towers to reach out to about 7,000 villages in Odisha which are deprived of teleconnectivity. Launching 100 towers in the first phase in the program today, Mr. Vaishnaw said that more than 5,000 towers will be erected during the coming 18 months. Later, addressing the pressure, the minister disclosed that in order to strengthen the 5G ecosystem in the state, a 5G lab will also be set up in the Shiksha O Anushandhan University in Bhubaneswar. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
The government has declared Ahmed Ahangar, alias Abu Usman al-Kashmiri, as a terrorist. Srinagar-born Ahangar is presently based in Afghanistan. He is a wanted terrorist in Jammu and Kashmir for more than 2 decades and has close contacts with Al-Qaeda and other global terrorist groups. Ahangar is engaged in restarting the Islamic State channels in India and has been declared terrorist under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. In Himachal Pradesh, senior Congress leader and 5-time MLA Kuldeep Singh Pathania was unanimously elected as the 16th Speaker of the State Legislative Assembly today. On the second day of the winter session of the 14th Legislative Assembly of Himachal Pradesh in Dharmashala, 3 proposals were made to make Kuldeep Singh Pathania the Speaker of the Assembly. Proceedings of the House was conducted by Pro-Tem Speaker Chandra Kumar. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. In this week's Northeast Diary, on 5th of January 2023, we bring you an interesting interview with Praveen J., member of a team of amateur bird watchers who made an expedition into the remote hills of Changlang district in Arunachal Pradesh and discovered the new songbird, Wren Babbler. Looking forward to seeing you there.
India and France today held the 36th Strategic Dialogue in New Delhi. The two sides discussed wide-ranging bilateral and global issues. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval led the Indian delegation, while the French delegation will be led by Emmanuel Bon, diplomatic advisor to the French President. The last edition of the strategic dialogue was held in November 2021 in Paris. Australian government today announced that it will invest more than $1 billion to buy new naval missiles and other ammunitions to enhance capabilities of its forces. The government in a statement said it has signed a contract with Australia-based defence industry to deliver the Naval Strike Missile. The missile will be deployed on the Hobart-class destroyers and Anzac-class frigates from 2024. The government will also acquire the land-based long-range surface-to-surface high-mobility artillery rocket system, HIMARS, which includes launchers, missiles and training rockets. Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles said in the current strategic environment, it is important that the Australian Defence Forces should be equipped with high-end targeted military capabilities. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur will take part in the curtain raiser event of the Youth 20 Y20 Summit in New Delhi tomorrow. Y20 is an official consultation forum for youth from all G20 member countries. During the event, the minister will unveil the theme, logo and website of Y20 Summit. Panel discussions of young achievers will also take place in the second session of the event. For the next 8 months, there will be pre-summits on the 5 Y20 themes along with various discussions and seminars at different universities across the country in a run-up to the final Youth 20 Summit. Meanwhile, the Youth Affairs and Sports Minister reviewed the preparation for Y20 Inception meeting at the Indian Institute of Technology IIT in Guwahati today. Mr. Thakur visited the second venue of the Y20 at Srimant Shankar Deva Kalakshetra and reviewed preparedness with the senior officials of the state government. The minister reached Guwahati this morning on a day-long visit to Assam. A total of 188 new cases of COVID have been reported in the country in the last 24 hours. The Union Health Ministry said 201 people recovered during the same period. The recovery rate currently stands at 98.8% in the country. It said more than 61,000 vaccine doses of COVID were administered during the last 24 hours under the nationwide vaccination drive. Chairman and CEO of Microsoft Corporation Satya Nadella called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi today. In a tweet, Mr. Nadella thanked the Prime Minister for an insightful meeting. He said it is inspiring to see the government's deep focus on sustainable and inclusive economic growth led by digital transformation. Entire North India is under the grip of a severe cold wave. The India Meteorological Department has said dense to very dense fog and cold day conditions are likely to continue over northwest India through the next 3 to 4 days. Delhi has recorded season's coldest day today. The Safdarjung Observatory in the national capital recorded a minimum temperature of 3 degrees Celsius, which is the lowest of this season. Talking to AI News, Senior PRO in the Northern Railways, R.K. Rana said, due to fog, 12 trains are running late and 2 trains rescheduled in the Northern Railway region.
उत्तर रेलवे ने इस कोहरे से निपटने के लिए रेल यात्रियों के लिए रेलवे स्टेशन पर रिटायरिंग रूम, एक्स्ट्रा खाने पीने की व्यवस्था और पानी की भी व्यवस्था कर रखी है। और आज 12 रेलगाड़ियां 1.5 से 2-2.5 घंटे के करीब लेट चल रही हैं और 2 गाड़ियां रीशेड्यूल हुई है। और मैं यात्रियों से अपील करता हूं कि रेलवे स्टेशन पर आने से पहले इंक्वायरी सिस्टम संपर्क करें और नजदीकी रेलवे स्टेशन से संपर्क करें। रेल मदद पर भी संपर्क करके घर से निकले।
In cricket, India will take on Sri Lanka in the second T20 International of the 3-match series in Pune today. The match will start at 7 p.m. Team India are in high spirits after winning the first match by 2 runs in a nail-biting finish in Mumbai on Tuesday. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasizes on need for states' efforts for water conservation. Ministers of water resources from all states take part in the first All India Annual Conference on Water. Communications Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw launches high-speed 5G telecom services in Odisha. India and France hold 36 strategic dialogue in New Delhi. Cold day conditions is likely to continue over northwest India for the next 3 to 4 days. And in cricket, second T20 International between India and Sri Lanka to be played in Pune this evening. And with that we end the Midday News.